Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the Bramley project. Now, looking over the site, there is quite a bit going on, especially around the South Stand, North Stand and West Stand. East Stand in particular, there hasn't been too much of a change between this week and last week, but still there is still a significant amount of stuff going on, especially around the likes of the Four Corners. Now, looking over here at the East Stand and the Fan Plaza, not too much is going on right now in this sort of area. This is going to be always the last point of focus when it comes to certain parts of the stages, but as a whole everything just looks nice. Everything's progressing nice and smoothly, and you can see into the South Stand's main corner where you can actually see the staircase. Now, there were actually some people working on the site today, so I did make an extra effort to try and keep myself further away. So this video is going to be a bit more zoomed in than usual, so you may lose a tiny bit of quality, but from what I've seen so far in the editing process, this doesn't seem to be the case. Now, looking over the South Stand, we can actually see that the steel is actually moving along quite nicely. So we can actually, now, I think, I don't want to say I told you so, but I predicted it almost. So what we can actually see from the steel structure, actually looking over here, it's moving diagonally towards the main corner. Now, I was actually unsure on whether how this was going to actually take place. I thought it might have just been steel poles that were sort of just dotted individually, but looking at the structure itself, it's very similar to how everything is around the South and North Stands, which I'm actually delighted to see, because I was not 100% sure how this was going to be, but seeing it the way it is now is just great. Now we're going to go over to the Bedside View where we can actually see this in a lot more detail. So coming over now, we can actually see the pylons and where the remaining steel is going to go. So over the next couple of weeks, we could probably even see this coming in by next week, hopefully. Now, there is some extra pylons that go further in, so I'm not sure whether there's going to be more steel there or it's going to be a separate part of the staging itself. But you can actually see again where the incline is, so they've added more to the incline, where that's all going to come in and where the stand is actually going to incline and the seats are going to be taking place. And you can actually almost see, looking at it, where it's curving around as well. So where the diagonal comes in, you kind of look at it from up above and it does look like a sort of harsh diagonal in, but you can actually see where it actually becomes quite gradual and around. So you can actually see the unique, almost like a smooth square, well, rectangle sort of structure that the stadium is going to have, which from what the experts say is how it's actually going to show off the acoustics and make 52,000 fans sound more like 100,000 fans. Now, looking over the West Stand in the car park, this one's mainly just so you can actually see where the concrete structure between the South and North Stands is actually starting to slowly come towards the middle. Well, I say come towards the middle. It looks to be more like the South Stand is encroaching into the North Stand itself, which is, I want to say interesting, but to be honest, it's not actually surprising because it is what I am expecting in all fairness. The concrete is going to have to come across here, and I'm not too sure whether there's going to be anything in terms of pylons because we aren't able to fly over the site anymore, so we can't see anything in that regard. Now looking over on the North Stand, I did actually receive a little bit of flack about this. When I said about the fake wood facade being a nice little touch, I did actually receive some flack in the comment sections. I will apologise on that front. It was something I thought that might have been good at the time, but in all fairness, it's more likely going to be like a polished concrete that we're going to be walking across when we're going through all the concierge sorts of areas and everything like that. But you can actually see where the second tier, well, the second level of steel is coming into place now, and it's looking great. I will say that, hands up, it is starting to look really great. Everything's coming along nicely. I cannot be any happier to see things progressing the way they are. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to see the progress go this quickly. Now, granted, this could just be one of the easiest stages because they're able to get the steel in, get it fitted, move on to the next one, get the steel fitted, get it going, and everything is just like that. It's just bit by bit by bit, and it's going to work very quickly because the trucks are coming from Bolton to get all this stuff in. Chances are, though, all the steel is probably all done now, and it's probably in a storage area somewhere in the northwest, and they're just getting it and bringing it, and it's just a constant relay of that going on. Now, looking over it on the bird's eye view, like a much closer look at it, we can see more of the incline here. So you can see where the incline is, and what's more than likely going to happen is with this incline, it's going to probably get overshadowed by the next stage. So the next level up, it's probably, you're going to see where the incline is going to get covered up, and we're going to see another set of incline. But with this one, it's a little bit more difficult to try and see that smooth curve around. Now, chances are that's probably going to become more prominent as things progress a little bit further. But looking over everything around now, everything is coming along nicely. Everything's progressing quicker than expected. I mean, granted, it's probably still going to be the 2024-25 season when we actually move into the stadium still. But chances are it's going to be finished and ready to go in the 2023-24 season. So they're going to see out the last bit of that season in Goodison Park. And then from there, it's just going to be ready for us to have a look around before we move in. So we're going to be able to probably have a look around the place, just sort of see the surrounding area, look at the fan plaza. Now, there is one thing I will note. Peel Group have also mentioned that Nelson Dock is for sale. So what's probably going to happen is when that gets bought up, a similar sort of process is going to happen around there. So that dock's going to get filled in, apart from the little back end. And things are going to get built onto it. And to be honest, I think that's going to be great because we could have nice cafes, restaurants, and hotels put there. But in any case, I'm going to now see you over to Live Luke, who's going to see you into the outro. So take it away, Live Luke. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I'd like to say a huge thank you to our patrons over here. So if you want to be like any of these guys and get your name over on the sidebar, get early access to the videos, or get ad-free content, why not go over to my Patreon and become a part of the School Science Superfan? Now, we have got two tiers there. First one being the cup of coffee tier. Now, that is essentially like just going, look, I like what you do, mate. Here's £1 on me. Go get yourself a cup of coffee. There isn't any perks or benefits around it. It's basically just a £1 donation. However, we have got the School Science Superfan, which is a £3 tier, and that gives you ad-free content, gives you early access to the Bramley More content, gives you a sticker after about 3 to 5 months. Unfortunately, it's not like this sticker. This sticker is something I'm going to talk about in a second. Plus, you also get your name in the sidebar. Now, this does help the channel quite significantly. It allows me to be able to continue doing these things, upgrading things, and adding more stuff to the channel to try and give you the best experience possible. Now, speaking of which, some of the money has actually gone into more brand awareness as well as advertising. So what you're going to see around certain areas that are significant to Everton, the fans, and football in general is these little guys. Now, these stickers have got a QR code which gives you access to the channel. So if someone is an Everton fan, they see this and they see School of Science, like, oh yeah, I know what School of Science is, that's an old name for Everton. They'll scan this, they'll see the YouTube channel, see the footage, and think, you know what, I might give them a subscribe. That's the main purpose of these stickers. It's more just brand awareness than anything, but they are going to be around certain areas. So, as a big hint, you've got the likes of Goodison Park, maybe Everton 1 or Everton 2. But yeah, around Goodison Park, it's going to be somewhere around there. There's only going to be 2 stickers there. And they're going to either be by the Holy Trinity. Now, bear in mind, these are not going to be on the things themselves. They're going to be nearby them on a lamppost or a signpost or something like that. It's not going to be on the thing directly. I'm going to make that one very clear. So yeah, it's going to either be by... It's going to be by either the Holy Trinity, Dixie Dean, the Gladys Street, somewhere around that area. Look around the stadium and you'll see it. Or I could be cheeky and maybe put it in the stadium. No, I joke. I would never put it in the stadium itself, just for the fact that it's not accessible to the general public. I want to make it so that you guys can see these stickers and it's anyone. So if you have a ticket, season ticket, don't have a ticket, don't have a season ticket, you're just wandering around having a look on your weekends or during one of your days off and you'll stumble across it. It's not going to be hidden somewhere where it's going to be hard to get access to. Now, granted, in the future, there may be some that pop up inside the stadium, but these ones are going to be my smaller ones, which are my little School of Science stickers. They're going to be the ones you're going to see inside the stadium. The ones outside the stadium are going to probably have the QR codes on them. But yeah, guys. Also, I'm not sure whether you guys have noticed, I have got the new training kit. I absolutely love it. If you get the chance, get this one. I personally love it. It's more the fact that it's nice navy and orange. It's a very standout sort of version. Now you're probably thinking, look, why are you all moving around everywhere and whatnot? Yeah, I do apologise. It's actually quite late at the moment. I was going to set up the equipment, but I figured, you know what? Today's a free hand sort of day. It's a great day for it. So yeah, guys, I would like to thank you all very much for watching this video. And I'm going to see you on the next video, which is actually going to probably be a pre-match, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, guys, I will see you on the next video anyway. Peace.